And welcome to SCW, the wrestling channel here on YouTube.com. Thank you for choosing the channel and choosing the video. Please subscribe right now. Leave any comments in the comment section. Please like and share the video as well. Now, these are testing times in wrestling. Unfortunately, we can't see wrestling in these big arenas with the fans everywhere, especially for WWE. It's in the Performance Center, or for AEW, it's been, in, I believe, QT Marshall's gym the last few weeks. We need to find ways to make these shows not seem so repetitive and so samey the whole way through. With WWE, with Raw in particular, I feel that we see a lot of these 20, 30-minute matches where the rosters are so small. And I find that it just, for me at the moment, as much as grateful as I am, and I should stress this, very grateful, we still get to see some fresh professional wrestling every single week. I do feel that we could have ways that could break up the shows a bit better and bring in some different match types just to freshen things up and to put them in the right places, gets you on the edge of your seat. So I've got a few match types that I'm going to bring for you, and I'm going to start with number one. Falls Count Anywhere. Self-explanatory really. Falls Count Anywhere can start in the ring, yes, but it can go all over. Let's take WWE. It goes all over the Performance Center. It can go to the conference room. It can go to the weights in the gym. It can go by the commentary booth. It can go anywhere. Falls literally count anywhere. And in this excitement journey as we follow with the cameraman, we can follow these wrestlers all over that Performance Center and give us something a bit different than just seeing a samey match within the ring. And with Falls Count Anywhere, the fall can finish anywhere, can give us a fairly number of creative finishes. And it's kind of similar to it as well is what we saw at WrestleMania, which could be for match type number 2. Last Man Standing match. Now, we saw that with Edge and Randy Orton at WrestleMania. Now, some complain it was too long. Like I said, lengthy matches aren't necessarily the best in this environment, but a Last Man Standing match is something that, you kind of feel there's normally a grudge match behind it. And I do understand that this needs to be in a more personal kind of feud. You can't just throw this stuff together through nothing. A Last Man Standing is personal, but it's an alternative and it gives you a break from looking at the same, same ringside for 3 straight hours. It's something a bit different, and that's what I like about it. Now, you'll probably turn around and say to me, but some of these start in the ring, Steve. We need to have something that's not in the ring. I thought that was the purpose of this. Well, I've got you covered for these next couple of options. Number 3. Parking Lot Brawl. That's right, the Parking Lot Brawl is going to be one that's... I watched it just recently on an episode of WCW Monday Night Show with Lord Steven Regal and the Belfast Brewers, of course, Finlay. It was a great little throwback to sit back and watch that on WCW. And, I mean, that's always been one that's been used previously in different environments in wrestling, has been popped up here and there over the last 20 years or so. It's one that's sometimes favoured in these WWE games as well. And I think it could be something that would be quite interesting. I believe AEW actually promoted a Parking Lot Brawl just a few weeks back before this pandemic thing kicked into overdrive, and they weren't actually, they just dropped the idea at the time and didn't use it. But if you're able to record in your location, I don't see why you can't record your car park, because, for example, if you look at the NXT show not too long recently, we had Tommaso Ciampa against Johnny Gargano in a different environment, and they had a match which actually went outside into the parking lot area. Now, why could you not just have a Parking Lot Brawl? It would be interesting. It would be different. It's something different than just staring at the ring. And at that point, you don't need fans. You wouldn't have fans around the Parking Lot Brawl. Not usually anyway. You did actually on the WCW one that I watched, but you don't usually see that. And I think that that would give a different twist, and you'd kind of feel that this is normal rather than not. Match 4 type could be simply a backstage brawl. Very famous for the WWE games to do this, but of course, in the backstage area, the match just starts. It's kind of like Falls Count Anywhere. It's backstage, it's a brawl, it's a backstage brawl. It's a different name to all these kind of, to that sort of style, but it's certainly something that can be brought in, and it's something that's, again, a bit different. It's using that space, and that's what I'm saying. We're kind of using the environment here in different ways, but we need to come with a real creative way to come up with match 5. Match 5. The Boiler Room Brawl. That's right. At first, of course, was used, I believe, at SummerSlam 1996, was Mankind against The Undertaker. I believe was used at Backlash 1999, Mankind and The Big Show, and was used on a SmackDown episode for Triple H and Mankind later in 99. I don't remember of any more since, so maybe it's a good time to bring back the Boiler Room Brawl. WWE have been doing a lot of cinematic style matches as well. This is a good way to do this because this starts in the Boiler Room. It ends when someone leaves the Boiler Room. So you've got this one space, this one environment, and you can bring this match type back. I think it's something that is kind of long overdue, and for this environment could be quite interesting. A Boiler Room Brawl is kind of eerie, kind of dark. If you've got a couple of superstars that could work for that sort of style, Aleister Black would be great, for example. He's kind of got that dark, eerie character. And it certainly would be interesting. I think a Boiler Room Brawl would be nice to see back on our screens right now on WWE TV. Number 6, the ambulance match. Now, this one can be started in the ring or backstage, depending on how your prerogative is. But of course, it is the ambulance match is quite simply you brawl, and then you get to the ambulance and you throw your opponent into the ambulance and then close the doors, and that's it. It's kind of almost like a form of a casket match, but obviously an ambulance instead. And with it being a backstage idea, something that could go towards the parking lot, it's definitely a unique environment and something that could be put together. We've seen a number of these matches over the last previous years. I believe Shane McMahon and Kane is a famous one. John Cena and Kane is another famous one as well. I believe that was in 2012 or 13, if my memory serves me right. And again, it's just a different environment, breaks things up, and I'd be very much in favour of seeing that match included. More cinematic matches. Well, I mean, it's probably the best time to do it. The fans are not there anyway, and it's probably a good time to create different content if you can somewhere off-site. We saw it at WrestleMania, was very successful with a lot of fans in their eyes with the Firefly Funhouse match. And we also got to see the Boneyard match with The Undertaker, AJ Styles. A lot of people also were a big fan of Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa in an empty arena environment in a different location, and it was of course different setting and filming, the way that was all put together. We've seen ultimate deletions and stuff like that with Matt Hardy as well in the past, and of course with WWE going back to them, they're also going to be climbing the corporate ladder at Money in the Bank. So there's lots of different things, lots of different environments. If you can use a space and be creative with it, I think now is a great time to use that for cinematic matches. And I suppose we shouldn't overdo it. Certainly 3 in a week I think was too heavy, but certainly 1 a month I think I'm quite in favour of at this particular spell. Like I say, it goes without saying it's a broken record, but breaks everything up. And if all these things are put together and placed in the right areas of the show, everything feels kind of fresh, and you kind of go back into those arenas for the next match that's in an arena, feeling kind of up for what's going to happen next. If you've got, say, we take the Money in the Bank, we've got the women's corporate Money in the Bank ladder match, we come back and next we've got Drew and Seth, you might look forward to it a bit more if you've not been watching the same area for 2.5 hours, and then you come back to Drew and Seth, you might think, well, I feel I've seen enough of this now, and I kind of want a bit of a break and see something else. And you don't want people to change the channel. It can help with ratings. You never know. Just putting something a bit different and something a bit creative. It's really a shame as well that we don't have the 24/7 championship kind of on use at the moment. Of course, Rob Gronkowski, I believe, will not be coming back anytime soon, which is a bit of a shame as he's the 24/7 champion. If you use that now like the hardcore title was back in the day, you have a great ability to make some skits and make some entertaining stuff. If anything, you kind of wish that stuff that was put together last year was being done now, because it kind of feels that they've run out of ideas with that a little bit. But certainly would be something that I'd be kind of invested in seeing coming back, rather than people just chase everywhere. If they can use different environments of the arena and stuff like that, it could be fun, and it breaks things up. Even for just a minute or 2 minutes of the show, it can be enough to when you go back and you are ready then for your next match. It's just something all the way through, because if you see that same area, that same ring for 3 hours, I don't know if everybody else feels the same. I may be in the minority, but I just feel to myself, I get a bit tired and I feel like it gets a bit samey. So for me, I'm interested in seeing some different things. Those are some ideas that I've given for you there. If you're liking those ideas, let me know which ones you like in the comments. Maybe the ones you don't like as well, if there's any there. If you've got any that I've not thought of, that would be fantastic as well to see those in the comments section. And like I say, word of mouth goes a long way. Check out the channel daily. There's been videos uploaded yesterday, the day before that, and there'll be videos uploaded tomorrow and the day after as well. So keep an eye on SCW, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, get notified when these videos drop. And like I say, I'm trying to give you a bit of entertainment all the way through this lockdown. And if you are enjoying it, then I do appreciate if you let us know any ideas of things you want me to post, or anything like that. Maybe just share it with a friend as well. It's always really helpful. And yeah, I like to give you guys a bit of support as well, if I can do, on your channels, podcasts, whether it's Twitter, happy to give you the follow back as well. But that's all from me anyway. I'm going to stop talking for you now. I'm going to let you enjoy the rest of your day. But this has been SCW, the wrestling channel, here on YouTube.com. And there's a number of match types that could freshen up the product right now in WWE while we're stuck under this unfortunate time that we have at the moment. But yeah, I'll see you with a video tomorrow. And please like, share, and subscribe. Take care.